Good morning, friends. It is now Friday. I have already lifted back and shoulders. I had my lift done in 47 minutes today, and then I had 20 minutes of cardio, so I was out super early. I foam rolled. I will say my hamstring slash knee that I had worked on yesterday is very sore, so I think I might try and stop somewhere today and get like a lacrosse ball so I can roll it out at home and have more precision, because like a foam roller doesn't really like get in there the way I need it to. So there's that. I just finished getting ready and I'm about to make lunch, which I know, okay, it's gonna be my favorite meal, which I talked about yesterday, but I'm gonna show you how I do this, because I think rice is just like an anomaly to a lot of people, and so I'm going to show you how I do it in terms of weighing it out raw and cooked. I know I have a video on that. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I think it's helped a lot of people. A lot of people have said really good feedback that I made it super easy to understand, and that was something I was worried about, so I'm glad for all the good feedback. But yeah. And secondly, because this meal is so good, like if you're not eating it, you are missing out, okay? And then lastly, I'm going to the doctor after this because I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but I think I'm having like hypoglycemia issues, and I think it's just because I'm very insulin sensitive after being in a deficit for so long. So we went ahead and increased my fats yesterday, so I'm kind of spacing those out a little bit better throughout the day and hoping that will fix my symptoms. But like I said, I'm going to the doctor today. Going to the doctor today, so we will see what she says. Okay, so this is the rice cooker that I have. It's just a nice little Kenmore. I got this on closeout, so I don't really have all the stuff that comes with it. But there's a white rice button and a brown rice button, and that's all you need. I only ever do white rice because brown rice is a bit harder on the digestive system. So it's already done. It's in there. It probably takes like half an hour or so. I always make it when I'm in the shower, that way it's like ready when I'm done. And what I will do is, I'll show you here. This is the rice that I get. It is jasmine rice from Trader Joe's. Jasmine rice is the superior rice, don't at me, okay? So a serving size is 53 grams dry. So I always make 5 servings. I don't know why, it just in case maybe it's Monday through Friday, or like it fits nicely in the container that I have. So yes, I use that and I weigh out 5 servings of that and put it in here dry, okay? And then I go ahead and add the water, which it tells you on here. I use 1 part rice to 2 parts water. I end up making 1 1/4 cups dry because 1 serving is 1/4 of a cup, so times that by 5, I got 1 1/4 cup dry. And then I add 2.5 cups of water, because that's 1 part rice, 2 parts water. Rice cookers are literally the best thing ever, so then you just put that bad boy in there. I opened it just now to like let the steam out, so that doesn't affect the weight as much. Typically, if I have like cooked food that's like still steaming, I'll subtract like 5 or 10 grams off the cooked weight, because that's the steam, like still, it needs to evaporate, you know what I mean? So now what I do is I get a big Tupperware container. I always use this one for my rice and my sweet potatoes, just because it can hold quite a bit. And what you do is put it on the scale, zero it out, make sure it's working. Sometimes the scale is a bitch. There we go. And then we're going to put all of that in here, and I'll show you how much it is weighed, and we'll compare. I have a note in my phone of the raw weight. Okay, so the cooked weight is 704 grams. So what we're going to do is go to the note in our phone. So I have my jasmine rice right there. I'm going to delete this and put 704. And I do this for all my foods, as you can see. I always have the raw weight, the cooked weight, the proportion, and then the serving size. So like for instance, the jasmine rice, remember the raw serving size was 53. So I'll always put like, oh, if I'm going to have 1 serving, log 53, which means log into MyFitnessPal 53, and that's how many grams I will serve. But this is different. This proportion is from last time. So what we're going to do is take 704 divided by 265. So 704 divided by 265. And we're going to round that to 2.7. So we're going to go back here. And our proportion, see, it's different every time you cook it, even though I did the exact same thing last time. We're going to delete, and the proportion is 2.7. So now we've got our proportion. We're going to delete this because it's going to be wrong. And then we're going to go back to the calculator. We've still got the proportion in there, so just leave it, even though we rounded it to 2.7, times 53, because that's the raw weight. So we're going to serve 141 grams. So I'll show you. That's the end of it, okay? And then I just keep this note in my phone for all my foods. You know, I have chicken breast with rib meat. I don't always get all these foods. I just keep them in there for future use. But I do track it every single time. Like, I figure out the proportion every single time because it does change just depending on the water content and, like, you know, every little thing can change. So I have that for a bunch of different foods. I'll show you my FitnessPal now. So for this meal that I'm about to make, the first thing that I have, oh, I gotta change this, because see, yesterday I did 71 grams. Today I just want a full serving. So let's delete that one. And then you just log 53 grams. But the amount that I put on my plate is going to be 141 grams, okay? I promise you, it's that easy. It's that simple. I have had like a lot of people get confused and ask just like a ton of questions, and I'm telling you, there's the proportion. Follow what I did with the math. Do that. Do that and you're on the right track, okay? Log the raw weight in MyFitnessPal and serve the cooked weight, okay? I promise, I got the math taken care of. I promise you, you'll be on the right track. The second thing is, yes, the nutritional value, the macros, are the exact same in 53 grams of raw or uncooked rice as they are in 181 grams or whatever of the cooked, okay? The only thing that changes is the weight, okay? The macros stay the same. And the reason that we do this, raw versus cooked, is to accurately track the macros, okay? If you put 53 grams of cooked rice on your plate and you log 53 grams of rice in MyFitnessPal, you are not getting all those macros, okay? You're getting like a fourth of them almost. So this applies to all cooked foods, all of them, okay? Vegetables, meats, potatoes, rice, whatever. It applies to all of them, and you will find that some foods don't change weight enough to matter. For instance, asparagus. It changes weight, like let's say I have 750 grams of raw asparagus. It might change weight to like 730. And like 20 grams difference in like the big picture, I've done the math and like done all of that, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So if it's something like that that doesn't change very much, then you know you don't need to do this. But rice is the biggest one because obviously, you know, the rice soaks up the water and it's going to be more voluminous, it's going to weigh differently, and you want to make sure that you're accurate with your macros, okay? Like, this is something I'm passionate about because a lot of people don't know about it and they're so confused about it. So I'm here to explain it to you. I promise you it's easy. It's so easy once you get going, because I used to have to get a piece of paper out and write out the proportion and do like the solve for X every single time I did this, and now I'm just to the point where I can just do it on my phone like I just showed you, because it just like, practice makes perfect. Over time it'll make sense. So yes, I'm going to make this meal now and I'll show you what it is as soon as I get it together, but right now Homegirl is hungry and on a time crunch, so let's do this. Alright, so what we have in here is there's jasmine rice on the bottom. I have 96.4 ground beef that I seasoned with Trader Joe's taco seasoning. I have some edamame on here, some mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and some sea salt. And like I said, my fats are up, so we're going to add the perfect freaking topper, and that is a whole egg. Oh yeah. And then I also have these 3 little guys because I got a big bag of peppers and I just like to snack on them, so I have those. And the total macros for this meal are 47 protein, 63 carb, and 14 fat. So we're doing all right. Now we gotta do it for the gram, the egg porn. Hopefully I don't fuck it up. Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Why can't I do it? gonna have to cut this bitch open. There we go. Yeah. Get that egg porn. I never thought I would be this person. I used to hate this when I was little. So anyway, obviously you can adjust this to your macro needs or your taste preferences. I know some people are not feeling so great about mushrooms. I freaking love shrooms, dude. So this is honestly my favorite meal right now. Oh my god, I'm so excited to eat it. And yeah. Alright, so just finished up at the doctor. And basically I have reactive hypoglycemia because I am insulin sensitive because I just came out of a deficit. So when you reintroduce carbs back into your diet, sometimes your body freaks out, doesn't know what to do, and so basically my blood sugar levels are going out of range, both highs and lows most likely. So she didn't order like a glucose tolerance test or anything like that, but she did suggest that I go buy my own like meter and strips, you know, where you poke your finger, and just kind of keep an eye on it. I've already adjusted kind of what I'm doing nutrition-wise by spacing out my meals and adding in a bit more fat to kind of help with that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not like scared or anything. That's pretty much what I thought was going on. So just have to keep an eye on it. And if it doesn't get better with making those adjustments, then I have to come back. But yeah, nothing too crazy. We're all gonna be all right, okay? So that's my update. So now I think I'm gonna go to like maybe a Walmart or something, or a Target nearby, and look for the glucose meter and like the strips and stuff. Try and find maybe like a starter kit. If not, I'm gonna get on Amazon and order one. And then I also want to pick up a lacrosse ball. I think I mentioned that earlier, for my freaking hamstring. So that's what we're gonna do next, and I will catch you in the next clip. You know, people tell me that I should have moved to LA because the traffic is just so insane, and I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm ready for it. I am primed and ready. Okay, wow. It has been an incredibly long day of running errands. I've been driving all over the Ciudad de Kansas, okay? I have gone everywhere, but I figured I would show you everything I picked up because as it was happening, it was just way too much to be vlogging. But I will say I did not pick up a glucose kit yet because I think I'm just going to order one off Amazon. They're like behind the counter at CVS, and I asked the girl, and like they didn't have any starter kits. Like I'd have to buy everything separately, which like whatever, but I got my heart set on a kit, clearly, okay? So didn't pick that up, but what I did get was some Powerade Zeros because my Target sucks and didn't have these yesterday. Oh, and guess what? The Target yesterday and the Target today were both out of Vans waffles, so I'm getting real sick of that shit. Also picked up some lacrosse balls, and I will tell you a story about these in a minute. Got some creatine and glutamine from Supplement Superstores. So if you're familiar with First Form, Supplement Superstores was around before First Form. And yeah, if you know who Andy Frisella is, he's the CEO of like both. And then I heard good things about this sprinkled donut MRE bar. And I had my first MRE bar the other day, and it was really good. It was like the peanut butter chocolate chip one. So, yes. Why don't you ever fucking focus? Like, why? Oh my god, fuck it. And then, when I was at Supplement Superstores, they gave me this shirt, and if you know about baseball, this resembles the Kansas City Royals. You know, the little crown is for the Royals. So, and it says S2 for Supplement Superstores, and their whole thing is S2 Faction. Like, that's like the hashtag, that's like part of the branding. So, super cute. I already have a blue, like, American flag themed S2 Faction shirt, and he tried to give me that one, and I was like, oh, I have to be honest with you, like, I already have that one, and he was like, hold on, and so they gave me this one, but I really like the back of it, because it's racerback, and so it says S2 up there, you can see the little 2, and then down the middle it says whatever it takes. So, super cute. I've seen a few people wearing these, and I was like, oh my god, I want that one, because it's the freaking Royals. Like, yeah, we won the World Series 2 years ago, and now we kind of suck ass, but whatever, you know? So, story time about the lacrosse balls. If you have ever listened to the MFCEO Project, which is probably my favorite podcast, or you've heard stories about Supplement Superstores or Andy Frisella, You might have already heard this story, but they are known for their customer service. And the thing is, like, they will solve any problem you have. Like, they've had people call in and ask for, like, spark plugs. Like, that's the story that Andy always tells. And I saw on one of their Instagram stories the other day, he pulled up to, the guy that I know, pulled up to the Supplement Superstores, and they were helping some lady change her tire, and like she wasn't even a customer of Supplement Superstore. So their thing is customer service, always solving any problem. And I totally like inadvertently had this happen because I didn't mean to be like, please solve this problem. But they, you know, they're like, oh, like, what have you been up to? What are you doing? Like, you know, we're just chatting. And I was like, man, I just went to Dick's Sporting Goods and they didn't have any lacrosse balls. I was like, I need one to roll out my hamstring. And they were like, oh, well, we'll call Academy Sports. And I was like, shit, guys, no, like, I forgot that you do that. And they were like, no, let us take care of it. And so they called Academy Sports, which was like a couple miles away, and had me, had them pull lacrosse balls for me. They're like, Melissa will be coming in to get these lacrosse balls. And like, low-key, I was really scared when I got there, so I just like went and found them myself. But then I went to check out and I go, just so you know, somebody pulled lacrosse balls for Melissa. That's me. It's taken care of. You can put those back now. But yeah, so they did that, and then they didn't have glutamine at that Supplement Superstores, but the one that was like 5 miles away, because there's 3 in Kansas City. The one that's like 5 miles away had it, so they called them and they're like, yo, hold this for Melissa and she'll be in like within an hour. So I was like, damn, y'all are just hooking me up in Kansas City today. So that's the story about Supplement Superstores, and I will say I am never disappointed. Like, anytime I go in there, they're so helpful. They don't push sales on you. Like, when Andy talks about sales on his podcast, he's got that shit nailed down. He's got it figured out, and he's got his guys trained right. So if you're trying to have the best experience of your life, go to a Supplement Superstore. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, I just ate because, yet again, I got too busy and waited too long to eat. Like, I was just like starting to feel a little hypoglycemic. So I took care of myself before I filmed this. But yes, I think this is going to conclude this video. So if you watched until now, thank you so much. As always, I am taking all my good vibes. I am sending them your way. If you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave, that would be dope. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Take a look past the innocence.